It is meal prep day. I just started meal prepping literally like within the past 3 months, and it has changed the game for me. I love it, and so I want to take you through a day of meal prepping. I typically prep about 4 days at a time, so it gets me through the bulk of the week, sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on the meals. This has allowed me to really level up my progress and actually like break through, take the next step in my fitness journey, and it's really made me look and feel amazing. First, let me show you how I come up with these meal plans because I have a system. It's easy, it's quick, it's free, and it allows me to get the right amounts of food, macronutrients, etc. to support and fuel my body and my goals. First up, I'll head to Google and I will type in TDEE calculator. When you Google it, it's typically the first one. What I use at least is tdeecalculator.net. Click on it, enter all of your information, gender, age, weight, height, and select your level of activity. And if you have a way of finding out your body fat percentage, great. It'll make it more accurate. If you don't, you can skip it. It does say optional. It'll still calculate without it. Hit calculate. It'll give you your maintenance calories at the top, which you can see, and then you scroll down and it'll say what you should be eating, all of the calories and macros per day for maintenance, or click the cutting tab if you want to cut, or bulking tab if you want to bulk. You have a moderate carb, low carb, or high carb option. I always do moderate because it's the middle, and I'm like, I'm not really on a lower high carb diet for any reason. So then I'll take this information and I will go over just to ChatGPT and I will say, make me a meal plan following this info. I pasted all the macros, but I'm gonna start with the calories. Right now I'm copying maintenance calories, but you can do whatever you want. I'm just going to format it so it's not like entered like it is, and hit go. And then it will spit out some options. Obviously you can customize this as you want. So right away, it starts me with a turkey egg white scramble bowl. Maybe I want yogurt instead. Maybe I don't like turkey. Whatever. Just say like, hey, switch this. Hey, I don't want this. Or a lot of the times it'll have you do a snack or a protein shake. And if I don't want those things, I'll just say, hey, I don't want these things. And it'll readjust and recalculate till you have a great situation. Just be specific. Like, I don't want salmon. I want chicken. I want this. I want that, whatever. And you'll curate the quantities you need per day. And if you're making it in bulk, say like, oh, can you give me the totals for 4 days of meals? And then you know how much of each ingredient to buy at the grocery store. This has been really helpful for me. It's been super, super effective with my body and been making me feel amazing. So I wanted to put you on to my routine. It's free, it's easy, and it's been a game changer for me. So I want to share it with you. Try it out. And as maybe your body composition changes or your weight changes or whatever, you can just recalculate this each week to fit your goals as things progress and whatever. I love it. It's great. That being said, let's talk breakfast. For breakfast throughout the week, I love a savory bowl. Don't get me wrong, but my go-to lately has been the 20-gram protein Greek yogurt single servings. They're just so easy and quick for the week. Right now I have the Chobani one simply because my friend took me to Costco. And so I was like, you know what, let's bulk get these. Otherwise, I like to do the Oikos brand as well. Either way, what I'm looking out for is the 20 grams of protein. This is a pack of 16. I'm just gonna unbox them and put them in my fridge so I can get rid of the cardboard. We have vanilla, mango, cherry berry, and raspberry lemon. Never tried raspberry lemon before. But so this will get me through a long time, which is beautiful. Once I open the yogurts every day, I will add 1 tablespoon of peanut butter on top of it for some healthy fats, for some more protein. I like to use the scale to weigh it out, not only because it's more accurate than scooping a tablespoon, but also then I'm not getting so many things dirty at once. So I'll just do this day of. Obviously there's no prep in that. Another thing I will do day of, and if my yogurts weren't single serving, I would probably prep these as well, but I always like to have fruit with my breakfast, a nice carb. I switch off between blueberries, which these are my most frequent one, but blueberries, raspberries, or strawberries. I will just grab half a cup, eat it together. And then there's one more thing to complete breakfast that we will prep. Some hard-boiled eggs. If you don't have one of these hard-boiled egg makers, I highly recommend. I know hard-boiled eggs aren't hard to make in the first place, but this makes it literally that much easier. I think it was around $10 from Amazon. I'll link it, but you fill the eggs in here, you put water in the bottom, and depending on if you want them, probably kind of hard to read, but hard-boiled, omelet, poached, medium, or soft-boiled, it tells you how much to fill the water. We are in fact going for hard-boiled. which is the most amount of water. So you fill the water, put this over top, add your eggs, add the lid, flip the switch, and they're good to go until they're done and the switch will turn off. It does hold 7 of them. I'm gonna boil them all because they're just good to have. It's a quick and easy snack if I need something, and I don't just need to make 4 at a time for like 4 days of meals. You know, why not fill it up, have a little extra. Next up is lunch, and while this may look like a stereotypical gym bro lunch, that's because it is, but it tastes great. I genuinely enjoy eating it. It makes me feel so good and so fueled. Therefore, it works for me and we are gonna make it. The key though, with something that may look bland, rice, chicken, broccoli, season. You have to season your food. You can make things that seem healthy and boring taste really awesome. Also, food is genuinely fuel, right? So like throughout the week, you don't need to treat yourself every single meal. I'm just gonna say it, okay? That might be a hard pill to swallow, but like, you don't have to like be obsessed with every single meal you eat. Sometimes you're just eating a meal because you gotta get through the day. I am in fact getting down one more appliance because I do think a rice cooker makes life easier, just like the hard-boiled egg thing. Listen, you don't need an appliance for everything, but I love my rice cooker, I do. The problem is that it can only cook a small amount at once, so someday I would like to get like an Instant Pot where you can make a lot of rice at once. I mean, Instant Pots you can do a lot of things for, but I think that is an appliance that's worth it. You know, like a crock pot, I view the same as an Instant Pot. They're both just like kind of worth it, you know? But anyways, let's make some rice. Jasmine rice is a great type of rice. 1 serving is 1/4 cup uncooked. So I am gonna go ahead and grab 1/2 cup for 2 servings, because we'll do 2 at a time in my small rice cooker, and then we'll just do 2 batches. And I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this. Do not forget to wash your rice. I'll add it to my bowl, and then you do double the water. So 1/2 cup of rice means 1 full cup of water. I'm pretty sure I got this rice cooker for like $10 on Black Friday 5 years ago. So this was also a great deal, and I use it every week. It's plugged in. We'll just add the bowl, add our lid, flip the switch. So it's cooking in here. When the light switches from here to here, it's done and it's just staying warm in the pot. Next, I'm gonna do the chicken. So I'm gonna preheat the oven to 400 degrees right away. Next up, let's deal with the chicken. I am going to make either 1 or 2 full chickens once I take them out, seeing the size. That'll help. The rest of them, because this is a brand new pack, I'm gonna throw in quart size freezer Ziploc bags and then put them in the freezer so that they're good for the future, and whenever I need chicken, I can take it out and thaw it. So I'm gonna handle this and we'll go from there.
I can feel it in the air. It's getting colder, but yet so warm. Before we know it, it's Christmas Eve.
Raw chicken is nasty. I just washed my hands after I put this in the oven. I'm gonna re-wipe down the surface because I am afraid of raw chicken. I always bake it on a glass dish. I just think this way it stays pretty juicy and the consistency is good. After I cut all the icky pieces off of the chicken, I cut them in half and just like butterflied them so they're a little bit thinner and cook quicker, but also I think more evenly. Let's season. I'll have one hand that touches the chicken, this hand is dry, and I just opened up my seasonings. I'll take a little oil and just get some on this side. I used to have a spray thing that was actually really convenient for this because I feel like the spray helped me use less oil. It was just a glass jar with a spray nozzle that I filled my own oil in, but I did break it like literally 2 weeks ago. So I don't have that, but my go-to is just salt. And I do a lot because sometimes it falls off the chicken, you know? Pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. Sometimes I'll do paprika, sometimes I'll do Italian seasoning. It just depends what the chicken's going in, but I'm gonna stop here for this. And then I'll take it and I will put season side down so that I can repeat on the other side. If you're really trying to be like on the dot with your calories and macros, definitely measure out your oils. That's something that can like sneak up on you, oil and butter, stuff like that that's just used for cooking. Set a 12-minute timer. I do 12 minutes each side, so when it goes off, we will flip let me clean up and let's move on to broccoli. All right, for the broccoli, there is 4 servings in 1 bag. So what I typically do if I'm making 4 meals at once, I'll cut this open and then I'll just eyeball it into 4s and dish it out for the week. I like just getting a bag. I've never actually bought a whole head of broccoli, so I just don't really want to tackle cutting it, but this isn't expensive, so I'll take this and dump it all out. However, these pieces are still too big, so I am gonna go ahead and cut them further. Then we'll season and air fry.
Christmas Eve this year, I'ma give me something special. It doesn't cost a dime, but it's precious.
I have all the broccoli in the bowl. Not gonna lie, there was kind of a lot of bad pieces that I cut off, so this week's broccoli might be a little bit lighter than normal. Next, I'm gonna add the same oil. Again, you can measure this. I'm just gonna eyeball it because I've been making the same lunches for a while. And then the same seasonings, salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. If you're struggling getting in your veggies, season them. Make them more enjoyable. Do yourself a favor. And then I like putting it in a bowl with a lid so I can just shake it instead of stir it. Get everything coated. You hear that? It is time to switch the chicken. Take it out. Flip it. Put it back in. Alexa, set a 12-minute timer. And for the broccoli, I like to air fry it, so I'm gonna put it in the basket. Just makes it nice and crispy. And what I like is if there's any excess oils, it'll drain through the basket onto the bottom, and I'm not gonna like scoop that into my bowl or anything, so it kind of helps get rid of any extra oil and stuff that doesn't stick to it. I'm gonna throw it in here. Sorry, it's hard to see with all this stuff in the way. I have this on the air fry setting. It's at 400 degrees and I just watch it. It's on the bottom shelf right now. I just check on it, shake it a little, and then towards the end, I'll move it to the top shelf to get it a little bit crispy after I feel like it's all fully cooked and everything. However, both of these appliances are done. The eggs I'll just throw in a bowl. And I'm just gonna throw them in the fridge right away. And then since the first rice is done, I can go ahead and plate it. If you want these exactly the same, of course you can measure it, but since I know there's 2 servings of rice in here, I'm just gonna do half in each container because if we're thinking about weekly averages, I'm gonna be eating the same amount of rice that I wanna be at the end of the week, you know? So that is my method. I would say if you're meal prepping, get yourself some nice glass containers. These have the divider and I actually don't necessarily need it right now, but I don't have a ton of containers, so I'm still using them. And then right away, I'm gonna go make another batch of rice for the next 2 days. We've reached 165 in all the areas. Chicken is done.
Hopes that I won't forget it, then I won't forgive him, no. Been thinking about you and me.
Someone did come running as soon as he heard me cutting the chicken and probably smelled it too. And lucky for him, when I was cutting off the yucky stuff of the chicken, I saved him a little bite. I didn't season it or anything. Let's give it to him. It has cooled down by now, I promise. Get it? Oh, so yummy. Good boy. Sometimes I will shred the chicken in the KitchenAid. It's a really easy way to pull it apart. However, in bowls, sometimes shredded chicken kind of icks me out a little bit. So I like to cut it into pieces when I do bowls like this. And the chicken is something I will weigh out because I want a certain amount every day. And I actually also have no idea how many ounces this is, so I wouldn't know how much I'm eating throughout the week. So I'm gonna weigh this out and then add the broccoli and then lunch is done. I was able to get 5 ounces of chicken in all of these and I had the teeniest, tiniest bit left over. So that worked out. As far as the broccoli, I'm just gonna divide it up as evenly as possible. I'm gonna have to put it in the second side of the container simply because it doesn't fit, but when I eat it, I probably will mix it all together. And there is lunch for the week. Just looking at this, I just already know I'm gonna feel so good after eating it. And I love how much time meal prepping saves you throughout the week. When I first started doing it, it took me forever. Now I have a little bit better of a routine where I'm getting faster and faster at it, but I'd rather take some time out of one day out of my week and have so much more time during my weekdays, if that makes sense. So I'm happy lunch is done. Let me clean up, get things situated, and let's move on to dinner. It's not hard, it is a bit time consuming, but it's so worth it in my opinion. And then day of, I'll typically add some soy sauce, which is so low calorie, which is super nice. And sometimes I'll add this. This is not the best sauce nutritionally, and although I don't think every meal has to be gourmet and like the best thing you've ever tasted, you do need to enjoy your food. So it's like, if I have room for this, if I make room for this in my days, it's totally fine. You know, still enjoy what you eat. For dinner, we are doing a ground turkey recipe. This one specifically I haven't done yet, but I do a lot of ground turkey recipes for dinner. It's gonna be most of it cooked in this pot, and then some of it I'll have to assemble on the daily. It's essentially a taco bowl situation, and I'm gonna wanna add fresh lettuce and stuff the day of. I'm obviously not gonna put that in containers and let it get soggy and whatnot. So let's cut up some things, drain some things, and then get cooking.
Look at that. How does she do it? They're cranberry sauce. And we still have, then I make these for 30 minutes, 350, and then
there are so many different ways to meal prep. Some people just meal prep ingredients and their protein separate. Some people will do full meals. I really like doing as much of the meal as I can. And with dinner being almost like a one pot, one pan situation, it makes it that much easier. So this recipe is one of those, and it's gonna be great. This is 93% lean ground turkey. There's a couple different variations that you can do. I've gotten the 99% lean ones, which is kind of crazy, but I think there's also ones that are lower than 93. So just pay attention to what you're getting to know how much protein you're getting per meal. Also, the reason I use a system that I do is because if I follow the exact quantities, I essentially have all of my days pre-tracked if I don't eat outside of my meal prep. So I don't have to use an app and like track everything I do. And if you want to make progress, sometimes tracking is necessary, or at least it does help. And it is very tedious. It can be very annoying. So this is kind of my way of tracking without manually tracking everything. It's pre-tracked. It's tracked for me. It's great. Efficient.
I got nothing on my Christmas list but you, but you. I love the snow and I love the scarves, the candles lighting the decade malls, but something's missing. I wonder what.
This is what everything looks like mixed together. I probably should have used like a deep pot instead of a pan, but it's okay. We didn't have too much spillage. It smells so, so good. I tasted it. It was a little bland, so I added more of all of the seasonings, especially salt. Like, it really just needs some salt, and it tastes so good. Like, oof. And this made so much. That one's gonna be on repeat.
This year, I'ma give me something special. It doesn't cost a dime, but it's precious. Hopes that I won't forget it, then I won't forgive him, no.
So I divided the mixture evenly between 5 dishes because the quantities I had did make more than 4 servings. I'll probably end up freezing 1 or 2 just so it doesn't go bad. Added some cilantro on top, and then day of, when I reheat them, I might add a sprinkle of cheese that is in my calorie and macro account, and then a little dollop of plain Greek yogurt to act as sour cream. And these, I'm actually so excited to eat. It smells amazing, it tastes amazing, and I know this is gonna be so satiating and just good for me in every way. So this, killer dinner, amazing meal prep.
No, it's the whole. Yeah.
We have 2 should be off.
No, tell you. Then
I could totally add salsa too. That would be a great option. I'm excited. We have pretty much the whole week ready for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm not a big snacker. Of course, sometimes things change throughout the week, but this system has been working for me so well. It's allowed me to make a lot of progress, and it's just so convenient and time-saving throughout the week. I love it so much. And so there is my meal prep routine, a week of meal prep. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Please like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.